What is up everyone? In this video, we're gonna take a look at Bennett's build. So a lot of people have been pointing out that during the character showcases, my Bennett was doing a lot of damage. So today, we're gonna go take a look at what is so great about Bennett and how to build him. Right now, I have 1775 attack. He has no resonance here, so keep that in mind. I have 76% critical rate, 176% critical damage, with 126% energy recharge, with a 66% pyro damage bonus. He is using Mist Splitter. It is one of the best weapon you can use on Bennett if you take a look at this. The character will obtain 1 stack of Mist Splitter's emblem in each of the following scenarios. Normal attack deals elemental damage. Casting Elemental Burst, energy is less than 100%. After he uses Q, do a normal attack when he has C6. For those of you guys who doesn't have C6 Bennett, you can use Aquila Favonia, or you can go for a weapon that has high base attack such as AoE Flash. When I didn't have any weapons for my Bennett, I was using the Harbinger of Dawn. That also works out great because Bennett can heal yourself. However, Harbinger of Dawn requires you to have 90% HP or more to get that extra critical chance. So, in order for you to utilize that fully, you might have to have another healer in your team, which is kind of janky, right? Because Bennett is already a healer. For the artifacts, I still believe that going for a 4-piece Noblesse Oblige is going to be the best artifact. You can also go for a little bit of extra damage for Bennett. You can go for 2-piece Noblesse, 2-piece either Gladiator, or you can go for Shime set, or anything that gives you extra damage. You can also go for 2-piece Crimson set, so that you can get extra pyro damage bonus. Other than that, you shouldn't really care too much about the artifacts if you are just clicking here to find out how to build Bennett. Because good substats is better than getting the set bonus. Some people were asking me to review their account and then they ended up having like HP percentage sands. Although it might be beneficial for Bennett's healing amount of healing he does at late game, it's more than good enough to make you stay alive. So it's better for you to go for either attack or elemental mastery. Some people misunderstand about his Q talent. So you know how it says that bonus attack ratio, but if you read this, it says attack bonus that is based on Bennett's base attack. Base attack is when you click on details, you will see this white font. That is the base attack. So, if you want higher base attack, you want to level up your Bennett and you want to use the weapon. So, keep that in mind that best in slot weapon for Bennett would be Mist Splitter or Aquila Favonia so far because their base attack is the highest. I have Constellations C6, and like I said before, because I have C6, I'm using Mist Splitter on Bennett and I have gone for DPS setting. Notable constellation for Bennett is going to be C1 obviously, because when you don't have Constellation 1, then according to the skill description, it says if the health of the character within the AoE is equal to or falls below 70%, their health will continuously regenerate. The amount of HP restored scales off of Bennett's max HP. But if their health is higher than 70%, then they gain bonus attack. So this C1 takes away those constraints. They will not only get the additional bonus attack, but also their HP will get healed. C2 is also notable if you want to build him as full DPS, because if you do not have energy sands, or if he does not have any energy recharge main stats from your sword, then his energy charge is pretty bad. C4, to be honest, I don't really utilize C4. I don't even know what this does, but it's not really important because all you're gonna be using Bennett for is gonna be use Q. If you need some pyro particles, then you're gonna be on his Q and then using his E here and there. And C6. This is the most controversial constellation ever. I would say a lot of the whale streamers and YouTubers got screwed over by this because of the constraints that they have. Especially when I was doing a showcase for Keqing, I had a lot of problem because, well, Keqing, you do a lot of charge attacks, right? But if you are on Bennett's Q, then she's gonna be doing pyro damage, which made her really weird. Anyways, a lot of the people have their own opinions about the C6. I know that a lot of people hate C6. I would say if you're a YouTuber or a streamer that wants to do a showcase here and there, if you by any chance want to do a damage per screenshot kind of videos, you might want to keep him at C5. Because even after Kujosara, another attack buffer in the game came out, I would say Kujosara is not anything near Bennett's utility. Bennett is so good right now, so I think it's worth it for you to keep him at C5. However, if you do that, then your best in slot weapon is not Mist Splitter. Because unless you have another character that can infuse other characters' melee attacks to be some other elements, for example, Chongyun, then he's not going to be able to get that last stack. For talents, you don't have to care about normal attacks. I mean, it's going to help you out a lot if you're in early game, but if you only think about the late game, then you go for E and Q. So, we all know that Bennett is a very good character. A lot of people would say that, and even in the tier list, he's gonna be on top of the list. They're gonna say Bennett is like the Archon, best character in the game. Yes, that is true. Why? Because you take a look at his passives. Decreases passion overloads cooldown by 20%. It is assist passive. And the second passive says, when you're in the radius of your Q, your cooldown is reduced by 50%. You can ignore this, but Bennett will not be launched by the effect of charge level 2. I think I have done a Bennett damage showcase before, but not recently. So this time, I'll do a Bennett damage showcase with all those supports in the team and actually do like a damage comparison with other characters. So, we're at the GeoViz shop. I'm gonna utilize her C2 to reduce defense by 23%. And then, I'm gonna be using TTDS to give extra attack percentage. And there's Sucrose. She has 932 Elemental Mastery. She has 4-piece very distant set. Okay, so I came up with the Ayaka team, and we're gonna go ahead and see how much damage we can do in this setting. Take crit food, so that my Bennett's crit rate is now 96%. So he's doing like 32k damage when you're using him as a main DPS. 41k raw damage with no buffs, 19k E on his Q. So as you can see, his damage is beyond support when you build him as a DPS. It's weird, I know, but if you build him for damage, he's still gonna be a support. But himself is also doing notable damage here and there so that you can actually use him for a DPS. If you do, however, use him with the Kula Pavonia, you're not going to be looking at this kind of damage, of course. And note that I have a R1 Mist Splitter. That is the most that he deserves. But what happens if I actually give him R5 Mist Splitter? Let's just do it for the science. I also want to know how much damage I can do. That's 120. 120k E skill. Obviously, that was with R5 Mist Splitter, and that kind of damage is not needed at all. You know, usually when you know a character is super good, when you can make a lot of team with it, and Bennett can be a standalone character in any kind of team. So I'm about to show you the synergy between Bennett, Xingqiu, Xiangling, and perhaps I'll just use a classic Chinese national team. This kind of damage I'm very satisfied with. And because we have Xiangling Q going around, it's really hard for me to see like the Bennett's vaporized damage. So after this, we're not gonna use Xiangling's Q. We're just gonna try to utilize Xingqiu and Bennett, okay? Okay, here we go. $34k. Okay. Obviously, Bennett's damage here was not that amazing compared to when I used my Cleave for defense down and TTDS to give extra attacks to Bennett. However, this team is super nice because Xiangling can basically abuse Bennett's Q and be able to snapshot that attack bonus, use Q, have that Q out in the field while she's not on the field. And they're gonna be Xingqiu Q and Bennett out in the field and be able to use E every 2 seconds. I know that it's kind of obvious that Bennett is one of the best characters in the game, but I really hope that a lot of people who wondered what my build was for Bennett would know how to build Bennett now and be able to utilize him better. I'm assuming that a lot of you guys are not Veils, probably a lot of the F2Ps and small spenders, so here's a little tip. It will be better if you have zero downtime for your ult. Ult for Bennett is really important if you by any chance lack of damage and not be able to kill the opponents to get the energies back. If that's the case, you're gonna lack some energy recharge. And what you want to do is look for a sand piece that will give you energy recharge instead of attack. Even then, you would be able to do enough damage if your weapon level is level 90 and have your Bennett level at 80 out of 90. He doesn't do a transformative reactions. That means his level doesn't play a big role when it comes to damage. Melt and Vaporize characters, they are good for that reason, especially when you're F2P or small spenders. Last time we did a Xingqiu video and this time we did Bennett. If you have a question about how to build a character after searching my name, space, a character's name on YouTube first, if you can't find anything, let me know in the comment section, then I will make that guide video next time. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.